gamer through and through. Gaming is like part of my DNA. You know,
Of course.
if you look at my blood type, it's gaming. All right, simple.
Hmm.
And when you got a lot of obligations like family and friends, and you get invited out to events, you can't say no to all of them because you become antisocial and people just think, well, you ain't got time for them, right?
Hmm.
And quite frankly, it's rude. So, you know, you should be there for your friends, but sometimes it becomes like overbearing where I'm finding less and less time is afforded to me for gaming. And I just
Right.
sometimes want to phone people and cancel, but I feel guilty. So
Right.
no, to answer your question, I have not finished Spider-Man because I haven't had I mean, I'm like 60% through it.
Right.
And you know, I'm also playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and many other games on different platforms like Xbox as well, Nintendo Switch. I just, you know, it's
You
really
multitasking.
hard to find the time, bro. I
Right.
don't know how people manage with having a PC,
Hmm.
a Switch, an Xbox, and a PlayStation. Plus, they're playing retro games as well on older consoles. I don't know who has the time for that because I just wish I had. If I could play games all day
Right.
and
You would do
and
it.
and while I'm playing, all of the life's luxuries are happening to me. Do I need to
Mm.
say more? All of life's luxuries are still happening to me while I'm playing. Then I
Right.
would live that life. But you know, this is the real world.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's not really that hard for me when it comes to PC and like the PlayStation at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm always just alternating between the two. I'll be on the PS4 every now and then, so to speak. And beforehand, I was more on the PS4 than I was on my PC. So it's kind of like, been flexing, it's been changing, from different games. But nonetheless, though, you already know how it is. That's the life of a gamer, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the RGT Podcast, episode 26. We are live here on YouTube.com. Excuse the lateness of everybody else. They will be joining us momentarily. But as you guys can clearly see, I'm here with two fellow gamers. So do me a huge favor, hit that like button and definitely give a warm welcome back to Foxy Games UK and Ian Roberts. They are members of the RGT. So hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Go ahead, Foxy. Go and get that intro out there.
Before I do, Ian Roberts sounds like a very familiar name to me.
Yes, it's me, Fox.
Ian that married the American girl.
Yeah,
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fine. Yourself?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I never forget names.
No.
You know, I'm good. I'm good. I better get
He
my
never
intro out
forgets
of
music neither. All you gotta say is she's on fire.
you know that. You know that. You know that. Yeah.
I was watching it on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Big shout out to really less about me, more about my subs because they've been really supportive of me lately. Like, really been watching my stuff. I really appreciate it because the views are going up, and you know, I'm not doing anything extra in particular. Maybe just people just liking the content. More people are telling more people about it, but I really
Right.
appreciate my subscribers and people who just, you know, even people who don't subscribe, people who just roll through and view, and then, you know, they might come back now and then. You know, I really appreciate you guys because, you know, a channel is, it's like a store, isn't it? If nobody enters your store, you ain't selling nothing. You will not be around. You need an audience.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely
So thank you,
indeed.
and shout out to your fans as well, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. Shout out to the notification squad that was already up in here. Shout out to y'all. Everybody's in the chat. What's up, Clay? Was it Vera? Everybody, what's going on? Definitely hit that like button and let's get to the show. Go ahead, Ian. Your intro.
Yeah, this is Ian, and let's have a good discussion.
All right. Shout out to Ian too. For those of you now, it's funny. Ian saw this in my comments. I know he saw this shit. The trolls that came at me over that Call of Duty thing.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, when I streamed it, oh my god, that shit was funny. My dude said, "Why the fuck you screaming it? You said it was garbage." I'm like, I'm just proving the point. It is. It's not anything to hype yourself up with, but if you like it, you like it. You know what I'm saying? It's battle royale style, basically.
Yeah.
You know. As far as the Call of Duty thing, I played it. I will not be buying the full game, but I do appreciate you for at least, let me get a feel of the game.
Yeah.
It's not really.
Yeah.
It's still Call of Duty,
Yeah,
guys.
I'm kind of peeved that they didn't have a campaign mode, but I can see that people probably will still buy it because they seem to be obsessed just now with that kind of mode. So
Right.
no, I've just played Get Battlefield because it's got a campaign. So
Right. And that's the thing too. They remove content from it,
Yeah.
for this battle royale mode. And you would think this battle royale mode would just be like balls to wall, like over the top shit. It's not.
No.
It's really less action in here. It's less action for a Call of Duty game. It's a lot of less action. So that's what my impressions are from that. But yeah, it's all good. What's up, Messiah, Mr. Horizon? What's up, Iron Fist?
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
Oh, what's going on, Foxy? How you doing, brother?
Not too bad, man. How's Lou Waffle, man?
Oh, Lou Waffle been busy. Actually, he's on something called holiday, so he won't be back for till the end of the month.
No,
Yeah.
Lou
I
Waffle
don't know
sound
if
like
you
a
know this stuff, Fox, but you and Craig ain't gonna be friends no more because Craig got that Ryzen CPU and he's no longer on consoles. So
oh,
he's
you know
leaving
what?
consoles.
He's still a gamer, so I ain't got no problem with it. It don't matter where you play, as long as you playing, bro.
Yeah.
Lord.
Anyway, that Lou Waffle sound like a character from an 80s TV show, like TJ Hooker.
Yeah.
Lou Waffle, welcome to the Lou Waffle experience.
Well, it's an experience to talk to him. That's all I can say.
I like it.
He's a cool guy. He's cool. It could be a woman. Could be a cool girl. Never know about Lou Waffle.
Oh God, so we don't know the gender. All right, well, let's not go there.
No.
If that's a girl, that name better be an anagram or something else.
Oh, it's not a real name. That's just like a code name that they gave themselves.
Nah, that's right. I should have a code name as well.
Oh,
Yeah, I tell everybody the truth.
They call you the Fox.
Yeah, but that's real. I really am Fox. My surname is Fox, so it's so real, isn't it? It's not even a code. It's like, hey, arrest me. This is me. Yeah, I'm the guy, the one you want.
Oh God. All right. Well, let's start off with a good front here. So Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4. Now you said you didn't beat it yet. You didn't beat the story, right? You said you didn't beat the story.
No, I didn't.
So okay, so we're not gonna go into the story. What we're just gonna do is your impressions so far. How about that? We'll get into your impressions. What you think about Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4 so far?
Me, you want me to go first, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I just let your audience know and people on the panel. I'm like 54% through. I'm not gonna exaggerate. Yeah, let's keep it real. I'm 54% through, but I don't feel like I'm anywhere near finishing the story because without doing any spoilers, there's a number of bosses in the game, right?
Right, there's a lot.
Well, I've only done one of the main bosses, and it's telling me I'm 54% through the game. So maybe I'm doing a whole bunch of side quests, which is really
it's open world. So that makes sense. That is like majority of the completion. It's the open world stuff, like collectibles and challenges and whatever.
Now,
so, yeah.
I made a video about this.
Mm-hmm.
There have been some members of our gaming journalistic community who have been really trying to compare Spider-Man to Arkham and, believe it or not, Zelda Breath of the Wild and Assassin's Creed, saying it's copying. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know any game that doesn't copy another game. They always copy and either improve something or make it worse or try and reiterate on it. Like, how do you invent the wheel? How do you reinvent the wheel? Do you understand? It's hard in an open world game to reinvent the wheel because you need to fill that world up. And yeah, some of it's going to be fluff, of course. No, but like Spider-Man does have fluff in it, like every other game. But guess what? The fluff is not imperative to completing the game.
Right.
The actual story. You do not have to run around being an NYPD cop, if you like, as some sections of the journalist community have called it, which is really silly because they say you have to climb these things, right, to open the map. But name one open world game where you're not opening the map somehow and revealing things.
That's true.
Sorry for the late admittance, my peoples. How you guys doing?
What's up, Carlos? What's going on?
I'm good, man. But anyway, I don't want to be too negative about it. So my opinion on the game is Spider-Man deserves every single accolade it's receiving. It is the most polished video game, open world. Let me qualify this. Spider-Man is the most high production, polished, open world video game I've probably ever played. Forget that it's a superhero game. Just the fact that I rarely see any LOD, that's level of detail. I hardly see any popping, in other words, right? It's there, but so well disguised. Like you could see for miles. I sat on like a rooftop and I just looked at the cars driving off over on some kind of Manhattan bridge in the distance, right?
Yeah.
And these motherfuckers, excuse my language, these vehicles on any other game, they'd be disappearing at some point unrealistically. And then more would be spawning in. But these vehicles were actually going all the way until they just disappeared as far as your eyes could see. Now, that's not typical of every scenario in the game, because you will see cars fade in and out in the distance, right? Especially when you're going at high speeds. But the
Or when
fact
you go away from like a scene, you'll see like, you know, like when you'll have like the traffic jammed, like if some like action on the street. If you go away, you swing away, it'll start to fade away.
That's Digital Foundry, though, isn't it? I mean, let's be honest.
No, actually, it actually is a thing. I tested it out myself. They actually do.
Yeah, but Digital Foundry really mentioned that, like, and brought it to everybody's attention in terms of the populace of YouTube. And let's be honest, right? This is my negative, and there's a positive and a negative to having a channel like you know, an analytical channel like Digital Foundry. Whereas they're useful for choosing the best game for the multiple systems that you may own. In terms of a multiplayer, yeah, they're useful for that. So you buy the best version of a game. If you don't particularly care about the community you play with, fine. At the other hand is they do look into things, some things unnecessary, some things you just don't need to know about.
Of course,
unnecessary things that you would never see without their help.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's good. That's actually a good assumption. Good clarification of the game. I already said in my review for the game, you know what I'm saying? It is one of the better Spider-Man games. You know what it does, though? It actually puts a lot of these third-party devs to shame. It puts them on notice, and it shows how lazy and lack of love they have for these superhero characters. We've had numerous, you know, like Iron Man games. We've had numerous Spider-Man games and Superman games, right? That just are so garbage. There's no love, no care went into the combat, and it's just thrown out there for a quick buck to go with the movies. This game shows you that these characters can be definitely worth the investment, especially worth the effort if you put that in there to the game. They show that. And it's definitely just dope. I enjoyed every moment of it. And you're going to love it too when you get to the ending, especially Foxy. You're going to definitely love that. And can't wait to get into that particular stream.
Can I just add one other thing? Well, I was playing it earlier today, okay, when I managed to grab a bit of time. I was playing it earlier today for like an hour and a half. And I'm not going to do any spoilers at all, but there's a section in the game where you are contacted via, you know, obviously this is not a spoiler because we've all seen it already, but you are contacted by various people, you know, via cell phone and other forms of communication, right? But obviously we know Peter Parker without even playing the game. If you know anything about Spider-Man, he has a relationship with the girl, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've played as this character, which is, again, not a spoiler because everybody knows Mary Jane is playable, okay? Because I've seen cutscenes and I've invested in these characters and the way that the characters have been developed and the story writing is so good and the narrative is so well delivered that when I'm receiving text messages from her, I actually feel like I'm getting text messages from, it's so believable. It feels like I am getting text messages from a girl who is mad at me or who wants me to be at her house or who wants me to do this. It feels like it's the way they set it all up because you don't get these messages immediately. It's like they let you know her first. You get to know her, you get to be her. And then there's this dynamic between the two characters, you know, Parker and Sarah Jane, right? Is that her name? Sarah Jane?
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
Sorry, Mary Jane. That's it. I should have known because of the whole reefer thing. Yeah, Mary Jane. Do you love me, Mary Jane? Do you?
No,
anyway.
You got MJ. Should they call her?
Yeah, I think
MJ.
Yeah, it's been a good experience. You're further ahead than me. I'm at about 43%. And yeah, I wasn't really sold on it because the hardest thing to do in any kind of swinging game is get the inertia down. But some friends of mine, they went to the Comic-Con in San Diego and they're not video game guys, they're comic book guys, and they played it for like 30 minutes and they were like, yeah, it was a really good game. So yeah, it's everything that they said they were going to have in it so far. They've had in it. Yes, including Puddles, but his outfits.
It's gorgeous, really cool. It's gorgeous. On the PS4 Pro, on a 4K TV, with the right HDR. When I mean right HDR, I mean like your TV is not a low end TV.
Yeah.
You know, mid to high end TVs with the proper HDR, right? When you look at that on a 4K TV, you can literally sit in front of the TV and it still looks sharp as anything. Like normally the closer you get to the TV, the more pixels your eyes can spot.
Yeah.
Not with Spider-Man. Like you need digital foundry or some type of binoculars.
Yeah. Well, I agree. No, for me, it's been really, really fun. I ran into a criminal that I had forgotten was one of his nemesis. And I won't give it away because it's a side mission. And I'm like, oh, this guy's in the game too? You know, so
there's a lot of references to character. This is by far like this is one of those games where I see a lot of people going for the platinum just because they're just enjoying the game, because there's a lot of references, even in collectibles. They reference characters and people that you'll possibly or you could possibly run into with the sequels. And man, let me tell you something, guys. The amount of references in this game, whether they're like through people dressing up as characters or like things such as like, you know, collectibles that hint at like abilities, hidden features that Peter used to have with his suit. I mean, it's crazy. That's what they're hinting at with the future games. And let me tell you something. The game is definitely going to. It's going to be bigger than this, though. They're definitely going to improve drastically.
And don't listen to people talking about. Do not pay any attention to the people complaining about, oh, Spider-Man outside of the story, it's meaningless. Like they make you do all these run around errand missions. You don't have to do any of them, and you only need to do enough to the level of power-ups that you need. You don't have to see. There is a tendency. I see people have a tendency in video games, right? Like Far Cry and those type of games. People spoil it for themselves because they play it too methodically. And let me explain what I mean by that. You know, in an open world game, you know that if you unlock this, that, and the other, then they're going to give you this weapon and that outfit or this power. But the thing is, you should unlock gradually as you play the game. You shouldn't rush out to climb towers like until you get what you want. Like that's just all you're doing is fatiguing the game on yourself. You should unlock these things progressively as you play through the game. Don't be marking up things on the map at the beginning saying, right, I'm going to get that rucksack and that rucksack. And I'm going to start getting all these things first before I even touch. You're going to get bored, stupid.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you're right. I mean, the stuff I've unlocked, I would have been mad if I had a code to get. I'd much rather unlock it, build it, have to do certain combos, whatever, to earn it. That's me, though. I mean, I'm old school, you know.
Yeah, it has meaningful value to the stuff that you get. You know what I'm saying? It makes you really want to use it. Like if you unlock it, obviously you're going to want to use it at one certain point after you put the effort to unlock it. So yeah, it makes sense. But man, the amount of suits and all that in the game, especially a certain one, it's like either a suit's a reference to something or a suit just has something cool to go with it. But some of these suits are references to other things.
Yeah,
a lot of people are catching on to.
I still like the Stark suit. I just like that suit. It feels lighter on him, and he moves differently depending on what suit he has on. It takes on a different physical trait.
Yeah,
you know, I like the velocity.
Haven't picked up on that.
The velocity suit in dark really is like dope at night with the lighting effects.
Am I boring if I just like the standard suit that has the white?
I like that one too. That's when I use it.
I don't care. Do you know what? Honestly, I don't mind unlocking them, but I really haven't tried any of the suits. I don't care about them.
Yeah.
Well, when you do get a chance to try them out, Foxy, try the Iron Spider suit in like daytime.
No, but you know what it is? Because none of the powers are tied to the suits, you can interchange. So I always think, what's the big deal? It's just cosmetic.
Nah, it's not really cosmetic. I mean, the combos in correlation to each suit, it differs. Like you have to have a certain type of attachments per se for each suit. So each suit has its own potential to give you, different combo hits and damages to the actual enemy.
Yeah.
So you're saying that
some suits they got spider legs, some suits got like electric attacks.
You're saying that I can't. There are some moves that are not available to me because I'm using a different suit and I can't add that extra on.
You can't access it. Yeah. And now you can put different things on different suits, but some of it just I won't give nothing away.
I didn't know that. Okay, that gives me the impetus to try other suits then, because I thought that it was just purely cosmetic and you can just change things around and use any suit.
No, they each have their own abilities.
Oh, cool. I'm glad. Thanks, man. I'm glad I came on this podcast.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Hey,
You said
and one thing too, man. Don't play it on easy. Play it on
Oh,
normal.
hell, dude.
You
I
either
don't
play it on spectacular or play it on normal.
Wait, I don't play any. I
That's
don't
what I
play.
did. I played on normal.
Listen, I don't even play real life on easy. So don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't play any game on. That's a waste of money. Easy. Just give me a refund
Right.
then. What's the point in playing if you're playing on easy?
Facts.
Yeah, well, Fox, what do you think about the ambient occlusion on the game?
Oh, dude, let me tell you something. I tried.
Come on, you will not let that go.
I turned down all the settings, right? I turned down all the settings that they let you turn down. You know the graphics menu, like is it chromatic aberration, all that stuff, and the motion blur and the film grain. And I turned it all off to see if there'd be any gains in performance, and there was absolutely no gain whatsoever. And to be honest with you, it actually looks good with the motion blur because everything blurs except Spider-Man, and he just stands out like some kind of 3D object in the game. I like that look.
Yeah. Well, well, for me, the all that stuff should be turned on when you do your photo mode. It gives it an authentic look, especially when you do the comic book stuff. It makes it look like the old school comics. Right? If you turn all that stuff down, it does look artificial.
Right.
That's the most accomplished open world city of New York that I've ever seen. Like, think about it. Imagine Grand Theft Auto in that world. Imagine Grand Theft Auto with that level of detail in buildings in New York.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto did a good job.
You guys run into any glitches with your game?
What's
Anybody run into any glitches with their game?
Not yet.
But I'm sure they're
Not
there.
yet.
I'm sure I've seen one. I just don't care. I mean, I'm so busy.
I'm talking like game-breaking glitches. Like I saw Angry Joe's review of the game, and let's just say when he there was one scene he showed where like Peter was getting ready, like as Spider-Man, like he was getting like his toast and all that shit. He got his costume on. It showed him looking like a damn abomination. Like he literally had one leg. And he was like running with like one leg and stuff like that. That was weird.
Yeah, it just seems
those are anomalies, don't it?
Yeah, and I need to say this. The people that are running into glitches, and I'm not saying there's nothing there, also seem to be the one that have filed complaints that the game is exclusive. Because Angry Joe filed a complaint that the game was exclusive. And all of a sudden, he's got a ton of glitches. It's
Craig, I agree with you as well. Some people do things in the world as well. Like they try and do impossible things to make it glitch. Then put it on social media and say, look, this game's broken.
Yeah.
Knowing full well they forced the glitch. They forced it themselves.
Yeah. And I'm not here to say it because I know there'll be another update. I think there'll be an update for Spider-Man at the end of the month. And there's no doubt it has glitches because no game has shipped glitch free. So
I haven't seen one glitch yet. I tell you, the only thing I've seen is I did a bounce off of a wall, like like an escalator, right?
Yeah.
Or at the elevator, like the elevator. Like sometimes the goons come out of elevators if you're in like a office building type situation, right? And I did this quick move where I punched one guy and I kind of flew off him into the wall, into the doors of the elevator, and just a bit of his leg clipped with the door. So in other words, it wasn't realistic, meaning that the graphics kind of went into the the building exterior, the door. Do you understand? Just a tiny bit, but I consider that's not even a glitch. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I remember Kid Smooth on Twitter. Kid Smooth is like wilding on Twitter. This fool, he's going like further out the sea whatsoever because you can swim as Spider-Man. He's going to like the little Easter egg. He's saying that, oh, look at the downgrade in the game because these characters don't like have no crazy textures. And I'm like, dog, that's an Easter egg.
Did you see what IGN did? IGN went on a boat and showed these they look like Minecraft characters.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, he went out there.
Come on now, you're not meant to go over there. That's not even your play area. Why should they give you the best graphics somewhere you're not even meant to go? You're lucky that they even did. You know what it is? That's why I understand why some developers put invisible walls in their games now.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get to an open world and you can't go no further because you got to give them some props for not giving you an invisible wall, but instead people want to mock the game for places that shouldn't have any attention given to it because you're not meant to be over there.
Yeah, here's a hilarious glitch for all you guys. I'm gonna show it. Hold on, let me put it on screen so for everybody to see. So if you do run into this glitch, well, you ran into the glitch.
Yeah,
Hey,
and guys
Switch is
like
not trash. In
yeah,
Inazuma 11 X Pivot, Switch is not trash. You take that back. They'll send the
and
boys
guys like
round.
There
Kid
you
Smooth, they're
go.
not gonna ever live down the whole
If y'all run
game
into this glitch, that means y'all been
rating.
attacked by smooth criminals.
Let's see it.
There it is. It's on screen.
Oh, you gotta wind it
No,
up.
you know, because people are talking, it's disappearing. Let me see. What with them sliding in the
You've been attacked by smooth criminals.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I saw that. Feel
it's
like he was
computer
on
code, isn't it? It's computer codes. Like the game might behave differently on one person's PlayStation than someone else's because there are anomalies in code. It's all binary, isn't it? So what and you know, what do people want?
Yeah.
People are just too
I
fussy.
mean,
sometimes.
I
A
mean,
lot of people
they
just
they
pick
paid
when
60.
the game's down there, piece of plastic. That's all.
You know what's
Yeah,
so funny though? They paid $60 for an unfinished PC game. They paid
Mhm.
$30 for a knockoff zombie game. Yet they want to talk. They want to talk about Shadow of the Tomb Raider being better than both Spider-Man and God of War. Let me put it this way, and this goes out to you, crap gamer.
No, you
The
give him too much
minute,
shine,
Goddamn.
bro.
the
You shouldn't
minute,
even say that dude's name. You give him too much shine, man. Don't give him a
uh,
platform.
the minute that you state stuff like that, and the minute that you lose your gamer card by saying that you're playing the game on easy mode, you legitimately are the weakest link in the gaming community.
All I know is this though. The game now, okay, Spider-Man's gameplay is getting compared to Batman Arkham, right? Everything this nature. But
Two different.
last
They're
time I
different.
checked, Batman Arkham couldn't do some of the shit that you're doing. And on top of that, they actually was actually confirmed by Angry Joe because he actually went back in time with Spider-Man 2. With the spider sense dodge and all that, that was actually in the thing before Batman did it.
Do you know?
Yes.
You know, I don't understand. Why do people say Spider-Man combat mechanic is ripping off the Arkham series
Remember
when
how because everybody's so used to the
hold on,
free flow combat.
Middle Earth came out and did exactly the same combat moves, and no one said that was ripping it off. They just said
well,
it's
but Middle
similar,
Earth
but they didn't.
Xbox, Middle Earth is multi-plat.
There you
Therefore,
go.
they're not going to say
Exactly. That's why I said in my video. It's because it's a Sony exclusive.
yeah, it doesn't, and that's the problem. I mean that right there, and I knew it would be somewhat of an issue, but I didn't think it would cause this much butt hurt and angst. I just did not. I underestimated the hurt feelings, and there are some really upset dudes and dudettes
Just call
out
them
there.
some simps. Some upset simps. That's what they are.
You
Yeah,
know
they
what's
are
so funny?
simps, you know, but overall, I'm just saying that's why they're going to keep doing this. It's like, well,
No, like you don't understand, Craig. Remember that dude that video I did on about Spider-Man where he was like trying to downplay everything about it with that little t-shirt?
Mm-hmm.
What if I told you that instead of admitting that he was wrong, he moved on to another game and now he's talking about Resident Evil 2, saying that game's dying.
the remake.
Yeah, he's saying Resident Evil 2 remake is dying now that he can't do anything more with Spider-Man. So I guess he got all the views he
How is
possibly
that
could.
even out yet? It's not.
It's not. It's not close to out, but that's what he
dude,
does. That's what he does.
that dude is a clickbait whore, man. That's
Yeah.
all he is.
Do
He's
you know what
a
I've been
clickbait whore.
seeing? Like
I can't take
before
that dude serious no more.
Before Spider-Man came out, they were hoping that it would get shit scores and be a terrible game, right?
Yeah.
Now it's gotten great scores, like 10 out of 10s. Now, yeah, obviously there's been some 60s and 5s, but those are just, oh, look at me websites. You know what I'm saying? They're just
Mhm.
trying to get attention because it ain't no 5 out of 10. That's a joke. But look, it's mostly getting high scores, right? That's the point, yeah. And now because they can't criticize the game's quality, now you know what they're saying? Oh, well, Xbox should have its own game. Like maybe they should get Iron Man as an exclusive because Sony's got Spider-Man. It's not fair.
But
And
the funny part about
That's
it is
that part
the
though.
highest grossing. But the thing is, the highest grossing Marvel superhero in the Marvel universe is Spider-Man. That's the funny part about it. Iron
Yeah.
Man does not gross any higher. When you take these characters, right, and you rate them, Spider-Man is number one, followed by Superman, then by Batman,
That tells you alone
I thought
exactly.
Batman was ahead of
Dude,
Superman.
we not had to say that for like the end too, because the whole Henry Cavill
Isn't Batman more popular than Superman in terms of movies?
Yeah,
Uh,
Batman's more
as
popular.
far as far as money, yeah, Batman makes the most for DC, and Spider-Man makes the most for
More relatable. He's more believable than Superman. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
But
Because
their
Batman's
problem.
like grounded, isn't it? Batman is more grounded. Like those are all gadgets. Like you ain't got no power.
Nah, and then another thing too, and going back to the game mechanics discussion. Spider-Man fight combat sequences are a little bit more fluid than Batman's.
Yeah.
Batman's is more, since he's hindered by the suit, it feels like you're trying to fight with a robot.
A bigger guy. He's a much more.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's more agile because he's slim and small.
Yeah.
I'm just glad they got
And-
rid of that slow start with the combat. That's one of the main things that got on my nerves with Batman's combat. Like you start
with
off
this
slow,
one,
build it up, and you go fast. I ain't like that.
Yeah.
Do you know I got one criticism with the graphics though? One
What's up?
thing bothers me, but it might be because I'm playing it in 4K, so I can see every damn pothole in their faces. But I feel like the skin textures are a bit dusty. They're a little bit too. They're too crisp. Like they all look like they got a skin problem. Like especially Martin Lee. Like Martin Lee. If you look at Martin Lee, he's the worst. If you look at that Martin Lee character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Asian character, right? You look at
say HDR would depend on your TV.
when they do close-ups on his face, he looks like he's got like some kind of skin disease.
Yeah, he got a crater face, man. He got a crater face. So I ain't gonna front on that.
I mean, shit. That's y'all then.
I'm all turning down my sharpness and shit, trying to get fucking reverse glasses so my eyesight ain't so good. It ain't working, bro.
Nah, I agree with you on that one, Foxy, because I'm actually playing it on a 1440p IPS monitor, and it does show a little bit more detail than a normal TV, and I can tell you pretty much I can agree with you on that. There are certain characters, the skin textures, they look a little bit creepy.
Yeah, like they got some kind of leprosy going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, that's just too. I know you want realism, but come on, like,
yeah.
come on. No one has a camera right up to someone's skin.
Nah, and
in real life.
On top of that,
no one's talking to anyone and looking right into their skin. No one's doing that.
And then Peter Parker at some certain shots, because I just finished playing the first the first act. I finished that part, and they show Peter Parker, and it looked like he had on that still shot when you're what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Right, Ryan? All right. That one screenshot, he looked literally like he had on powder on his face.
Oh God!
Yeah, like you can see that the like the makeup. You can see like when in real when they make movies, they got makeup artists. Like it's like the game has makeup artists.
Yeah. But overall,
Marvel helped Insomniac with a lot of the
references a lot.
Yeah, animations, especially when Spider-Man was moving through the air on the web. They came in and like, no, he won't move like that. He's gonna move like this,
Craig too. The way they took those same fluid movements and they referenced it to the Rami movies too, because there's certain move sets when you do in the air, like the air glide with the tumble, it's referenced to the Homecoming movie as well.
Yep.
That was very uniquely different from the other Spider-Man games. Very uniquely different.
I watched Homecoming actually again before I played Spider-Man.
In the game, like that's why I gotta say, regardless of that, like you're gonna really see how much detail they've done, especially with the fights. It's crazy. It's a lot of
you should watch. Do you know the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Watch his movies before you play this Spider-Man, because the character Peter Parker is closest to him than any of the others.
It is. There's a lot of references to that.
You're right. Those Spider-Man movies, they actually really did a good job mimicking his movements and how he was a smart ass and stuff like that versus the Raimi run. But Fox, you're right. As soon as this game came out, and it was, we all knew it was an exclusive. Everybody here knew it was exclusive. But there were just a group that didn't know or pretended they didn't know. And yeah, you're right. It was like they need to do this, they need to do that, they need to, it's kind of like
What
look,
triggered him though, right? Craig, what triggered him was Insomniac. Every time these dudes like got in their face, like, "Oh, please tell me this is coming to Xbox," or "Tell me this is coming to Xbox," because you're gonna rule the day it doesn't come to Xbox.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
sorry.
Ryan, before I forget, in one of my video comments, one kid typed, and I know it's a kid. If it's a grown man, shame on you. But I'm just gonna say kid.
Johnny Wellman?
It's the type of thing a kid would do, right? But
It's
they
Johnny
typed
Wellman.
out, "Oh, if Spider-Man, if Spider-Man wasn't in the game, it would just be an open world game that no one would care about. That's why I prefer Sunset Overdrive." I'm like, you fucking idiot! You just ruined your own argument.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yo,
That's that's the grown man who stalks everybody's podcast. I see him in everybody's comments. That's Johnny Wellman.
oh yeah, he keeps coming over to mine. I'm
Yeah,
glad.
that's Johnny Wellman.
Yeah, we had him.
Yo, hey guys, I know it's sad when I know him by name. You know it's sad.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's sad.
I mean, he's really a sad
You
case.
know him by name. You know him by name, like the anus knows diarrhea.
Interesting.
That's
It's
good.
one of those
He got mad
problems.
at me last
It's just one of
night.
them problems, them human condition problems. That's what it is.
Right.
Well,
Let's go ahead
he's
and change this subject,
down.
man, because we got a lot of other stuff to talk on, man.
Yeah.
Tokyo Game Show. What y'all thought about it?
Yeah,
Wait,
I
yeah.
watched it with Sick. It was actually quite good.
That
Yeah,
wasn't
it got
Tokyo
a-
Game
Wait. When was Tokyo Game Show? It hasn't
That
started
wasn't
yet, has it?
Tokyo Gaming Show.
No, it was a pre-thing at Sony did.
Oh, did you? I nearly had a heart attack right there. Don't do that.
20th of September, so next week,
Ooh.
next Thursday.
I couldn't
go-
feel
go
my
ahead.
legs for a minute. I was like, damn, I can't feel my legs.
Oh no, you're okay,
Jesus,
Fox.
come on.
Yeah. That Project Awakening looked really good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Hey,
Scalebound.
I'm looking
Let's
for.
call that Scalebound.
It's
Pretty
the-
much.
it's
No,
the
that's that
cancel-
part. That
it's
is
the
basically
cancel
Scalebound. Just
It's
like
cancel- it's the
Control is
cancel.
Quantum Break 2.
It's the cancel
Yeah.
Scalebound that these Xbots. Well, I wouldn't say Xbots, but
No.
your boy Phil Spencer
Oh God.
ironically didn't want to, support. So now, guess what? Sony fans are getting Scalebound.
Yeah. It looks lit though.
Oh,
Like
God.
when
Nah, I
you
love
cut
it.
the dragon, you see the cut marks on the dragon. I mean, it looks really, really well done.
Yeah,
I'm,
'cause
I'm hyped for that game. I really
Because
want
to start with me and Sick, maybe thought it was Deep Down, but when we first saw it,
Yeah, that's what I was getting the feel for. I was like, okay, the combat and the way he's moving, it looks very similar to Deep Down. I was like, is this
Yeah.
finally it? And maybe it is Deep Down, but they just called it Project Awakening.
It's Scalebound. It
I'm
looks, it
thinking
looks the
Scalebound.
same. The guy fighting looks the exact same.
And
Same,
got the same
hairs.
haircut.
Hold
Yeah.
on with the conspiracy theories.
Yeah, and people got
Yeah.
mad at me. I mean, they were mad at me saying that's not Scalebound. I'm like, that's Scalebound.
That's
It
Scalebound.
is. It's just their version.
No,
of
it's not
it.
Scalebound. It's
You got
re-
Project Judge, which was
No,
another
it's,
one.
it's
Yeah, that's another
re-Scalebound.
Yeah, Project Judge and the guys who made
Well,
you.
it's not it's not like cartoony like what you usually get on an Xbox. So
That's true. That is true.
All right.
You know the sad thing, though. You know the sad thing. I'll tell you the saddest thing, right? Imagine Insomniac's game, right? Sunset Overdrive. Imagine a sequel. Imagine Microsoft said, you know what? Let's do it. And they use the same technology they used to build the Spider-Man engine. Because it's not Sony's engine, that's Insomniac's engine.
Yeah.
So Insomniac can use that engine on anything they want.
Right.
It don't belong
Right.
to Sony, right? So imagine they use that Spider-Man engine, like they repurposed it for Sunset Overdrive 2 for the Xbox and X, right? Just imagine what that game could be with that. Now we've seen Spider-Man and the level that Insomniac games are at now in terms of their graphic engine. This is why these people, and it's not, I don't want to just have a go at the Xbox, certain members of the Xbox community, because it's some of these PlayStation fans as well, right? If only we could just stop ridiculing each other's games on each other's platform, right? And try and encourage each other. Maybe we would get the games that we want, and there wouldn't be all this partisan bullshit going on.
Exactly. But unfortunately,
we're
as
fighting
long as
each
we
other.
have grown men who act like cheerleaders for these companies, that's not going to go away.
no.
It's not
Yeah,
gonna go away.
they they won't shut up.
Megaton news, man. It's Megaton news. When you hear,
Yeah.
we have to use those phrases.
That right there
man.
will never change a thing.
Yeah.
But to do a little recap of the PlayStation, or I'm sorry, the Tokyo Game Show, you have Project Judge, which looked
But
really,
that's not
really
Tokyo
good.
Game Show.
That's
Let's
like
look
a
again.
serial killer version of Yakuza. That.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually.
That's basically
looking
who
forward
it's
to
from
that
too.
one.
The studio behind Yakuza, so it's from.
Yeah, I
They
think
showed off Sekiro's Shadows Die Twice. Nah, I got that one.
Akiro Shadows Die.
Sekiro
It's so
Die
hard for
Twice.
me to care about that game now. I know that Ghost
I'm
of
mad it's not
Tsushima's
Bloodborne
coming.
2.
Because
Yeah.
of Ghost
Yeah.
of Tsushima, I just can't. I don't. Like, that's not even on my. I'm sure it's going to be a good game, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
look,
But it's. I don't know, man. I've already got my Samurai game. Like, it's already up on my list already, and that's Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh yeah, that's a game I've been going on about for ages.
but you know what's going to happen. Some people are going to compare it to Ghost of Tsushima and say this is the best game. Even though
I mean, if you're comparing a splashlet puddleless game like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, what makes you think they're not gonna make that comparison, Craig? Come on, man.
They'll do it.
It's
What's wrong with
satire,
Square
man. It's
Hey, Craig,
satire.
What's wrong with Square Enix? What is wrong with them, Carlos? Why do
Let's,
they keep releasing? Why do they keep dropping Tomb Raider at the worst possible time of the year?
Yeah,
Why,
let's
like
get into
Spider-Man
that.
just launched,
Let's
they
get into
just
that.
dropped Tomb Raider, nobody cares.
Right.
Because
Let's go over that one, too.
they're trying to emphasize that they are up to par with Uncharted. That's what they're trying to prove. But production value wise, performance value wise, even Uncharted 2 plays better than this Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And that's just me saying it because I know what Naughty Dog brings to the table. I played Naughty Dog games before, and I know for a fact that they're trying to chase that Naughty Dog template. But guess what, Square Enix? You're supposed to stick with what works with Tomb Raider, and that's the lore. Now you're just contradicting yourselves by making a half-ass made Tomb Raider. And if anybody tells you on Twitter that it looks wonderful on my 4K OLED display, tell them to shut the fuck up.
Aaron Greenberg thinks it's true 4K, 2016p.
Yo, Aaron
Not even
Greenberg is on some
2160,
bullshit.
You know, I hate
2016p.
referencing Digital Foundry so much, but it has to be said. They stated that even at 1080p 60 on a PC looks better than what the X pushes on 4K.
Yeah,
That alone
that's
right
sad.
there tells you
Did they
exactly.
say that for real?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the
Wow,
funny
I missed
part.
that.
well, it's not 4K. I think at some point
It's
They just changed the numbers around. 2160p,
2106,
2016p.
No,
Yeah.
2106, 2106p.
They're playing the numbers
which is
game. True
Checkerboarded.
4K.
It's checkerboarded
fake.
or dynamic.
fake 4K.
Shout out to Mads. Shout out to Mads Gamer. Yeah. Shout out to
not
Mads
4K,
Gamer.
it's 4K.
You know what? Mads Gamer, I know he prefers Xbox titles, right, and the PC. But even he had to call out and say, no, it's not 4K. Stop saying it's true 4K.
Yeah, shout out to
2016p.
Matt. He's the one being real.
4K.
Yeah.
Well, but he was damage controlling that. I mean, I tell you, if you want to see a funny video where people are just outright bleeding, it's by Matt. Shout out to Matt. But the fact that the Pro has 4K textures on this game, confirmed by Digital Foundry, people in his comment section they went crazy. They were going crazy, in his comment section, because the Pro for them was not supposed to be able to do 4K textures.
Well, on Mads' channel, on Mads.
Yeah. And Matt's, just reported what Digital Foundry said. Shout out to him. And the comment section, they went crazy. They were literally in there going crazy.
You know what? We live in the Trump era, though, innit? The truth is offensive. The truth,
the truth
is
offensive.
offensive.
The truth is very offensive. I can agree.
This is the Trump era, bro. Like, I'm not surprised people are behaving like this because most of the people, their leader is the worst example for them. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
When
in terms of what I saw, Like it's crazy because no, I did my little live stream. I know Foxy didn't see it, but I did my live stream to it, and I know Craig saw this shit and Carlos and everybody. But I did my live stream, and I was just looking at the gameplay, and I told everybody I just didn't see the hype. I really didn't. I didn't see what was so different from this to.
I got it.
I have to play it though. I have to play it. I'm not gonna buy it like now or probably.
And I told people this on Twitter. Fox.
I'm gonna get it in a cell.
I said this on Twitter, right? I triggered so many people because I said the game does not look good in its current state. I'm just not liking what I'm seeing. But I did say in the fine print that I will be picking this up when it's dirt cheap. When I think it's the price.
I've got to conclude the story, but I'm gonna do it when it's on sale because, to be honest with you, right, there's too many hype games. I've got Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the main story to finish. Plus, I downloaded today because I got the season pass. Right. I downloaded the Torna, the Golden Country. There's just too much shit for me to contend with right now. Tomb Raider's on the back burner.
Yeah, for me as well.
Okay, look, let me talk for somebody who actually physically have the game. The game is downgraded from Rise of the Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider on the Xbox X was 4K native. This game is not. The story, however, because it's about the Mayans, I'm enjoying that so far. But
you got two of you.
What's the same game as Rise of the Tomb Raider? You get the same animations. I did play that part about the tsunami and the kid fell through and got killed. That part right there for me is worth buying the game because it was violent and that's the way it should be. But overall, it's the same. She got the same animation. She killed the stealth kills. But let me tell everybody this. If you played Rise of the Tomb Raider and you beat it, you get the classic Lara Croft looking character. I'm talking about going back to Tomb Raider 1 and 2. That look,
PS1 PC days.
Yeah, they have that look. They have that look on there for you if you beat the other Tomb Raider game. They said as a gift to being loyal to their game, here you go. And it opened right up. And again, I could play her and look like the Tomb Raider from Tomb Raider 1 and 2.
What you mean the outfit or the polygon character?
The polygon.
Why would you want to play? Why would you want to play as a PS1
I thought you were talking about the actual outfit. You got me excited for a second.
Well, no, it's a nod to the people who have been with the game for the last 20 plus years.
That ain't no gift. That's a curse to me.
That's a downgrade.
That ain't no gift. That ain't no damn gift. That's a curse. Why are you trying to set me back 21 years?
Well, I'd rather get the custom guns from part 1, man. Like,
real talk.
Hold on. Excuse my French, and I'm not being sexist, but I got to look at a pair of polygonal tits. No, I want them rounded and clean.
Yeah, and the rumor is that's the only version of her. This is a rumor that carries the twin guns. They said that.
Oh man, I got my own twin gun.
That's not worth it.
That's what I've heard. But I got it on the X and I got it on the Pro, and I'm gonna install it on the Pro probably tomorrow afternoon when I come back from tailgating. So, and then I'll be able to do a graphical comparison of my own.
Shout out to
I'd rather be
an insult to the fan base.
I'd rather be with a real pro than play with that character model.
Well, you don't have to. You get every outfit she had in Rise of the Tomb Raider. Every outfit, you get that. Plus the new ones in this game. And
man, what is this? What is it? Is this The Sims? I want to play fucking Tomb Raider, blow heads off. I'm not trying to.
Why are we even picking suits right now? That don't even make sense. Don't age it,
man.
Come on. It was a surprise. Like, oh, this is actually a nice surprise. You know, and I got the regular version. I didn't have to go out and spend whatever it was, 79 or 89.
What's the next gift? What's the next gift? Minecraft tools so we can build our own fucking tombs.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, and I had 2 puzzles, and I've solved them both so far. Haven't had to cheat. Haven't cheated yet. So
not to kind of squid. She said, "Uncharted boring." What she said? Uncharted boring side dark edition or Sig Dark edition.
No, it's not as good a game as Uncharted. Carlos is 100% correct. The game just isn't as good. It's not that it's a bad game. But it's just not.
I like Lara. I like Lara, and I do like the Tomb Raider games. But I think that after this trilogy, like obviously this trilogy is done now, right? It's concluded.
Correct.
I think they need to have They need to have like a couple years off.
Exactly.
Like let's not see nothing until PS5 and the next Xbox.
It's the final one.
Exactly, but I don't want to see any more Tomb Raider games, not even mobile versions, until the next gen comes around. Yeah,
Agreed.
like a year and a half into the next gen, then announce a new Tomb Raider, show us like a level, and say, look what we've been building. But I want it to go back to the old school Tomb Raider, you know, where it was difficult to even climb. It's too easy. I want to feel like I could fall and break my neck at any second.
Yeah, definitely.
Right now, all you get is a button prompt.
They're constantly sending messages when you're on the pause screen. Thank you for playing the game. It gives you different concept artists that have worked on the game. Because you're right, Fox. It's the end.
But don't you get that in the credits? Is that's what?
You do again? But this is a send off for the people who have been with the game for the last 20 years.
For the fans of the series.
Yeah, I mean, the hardcore fans of the series are looking at stuff like that, and the people who don't care. I get it. You know?
I mean, Uncharted 4 was a send off to Amy Hennig's work with the series.
Correct.
But did they throw in like concept art and all this jazz in front of you every time you pause the screen?
Nope.
No, they did that in the credits. They even said it in bold print. Yeah. Thank you for your continuation or your continued support and your vision, which made this character be Amy Hennig. You know what I'm saying? They did that type.
Yeah, but that's Naughty Dog. This is a different studio doing it a different way.
That's kind of weird.
Even though I found the whole Illuminati Holy Trinity storyline a bit pants in Rise of the Tomb Raider, like conceptually, I think that's the best out of the three.
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I think it's the best one.
To be honest,
visually, I think for visuals as well, because I love the snow deformation. I mean, they got the mud in this game, but that's just all they've done is replace the texture. It's just snow with mud textures. Like
Foxy. When the game actually plays better on PC, you can already tell how lazy they were to port this game onto the consoles. You can tell already. The PC plays better. If you want the visual aspect of Tomb Raider to awe you, and I'm stating it again, as stated by Digital Foundry, play it on PC. Just play it on PC. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I am going to be purchasing it on PC via Steam when it goes down to $15.
I forgot I got Game Pass. I have access.
I tell you, you're right. You know, I am going to play. I'm going to play it on PC. What I'm going to do is when it's on a sale, I'm gonna buy it on PlayStation Network, and I'm gonna sit on my PC while I'm playing it on my PS4. So I will be playing it on PC.
Oh God! He's gonna sit on his
Good one.
That's funny. All right.
I feel like Ricky Gervais tonight. Sorry, people. Is he having a laugh? Is he having a laugh?
Yeah, but it's more of a salute and tip of the hat to the 20 years, because this is it. You're right. I mean, this is the last game of the series. There are no more planned by this. So yeah, we just have to wait and see what they do. But I was actually surprised. And again, I'm all for ripping developers when they do stupid stuff, but when they throw in and include stuff from 15, 20 years ago, that's just okay. That was cool. It's like, I'm not going to use it, but it's kind of like they were at least thinking about that. And somebody may really enjoy playing as that character.
I'd like to see Crystal Dynamics or Eidos Montreal, whoever they are, right?
Either one of them take that IP and turn.
No, I'd like them to try. I'd like them to do a James Bond game now. Let's put Lara Croft leave her in her tomb for a while, let her rest. And let's have them make a James Bond game. I'd like to see a James Bond game by Crystal Dynamics.
Yo, could y'all imagine if they were Casino Royale, like legit, like their own version of the Casino Royale in a game form?
Yeah, and I want Idris Elba to play Bond. All right,
that would be good. Yeah, that would be good.
I want an Idris Elba skin. Yeah.
Skin. Oh yeah, and Croft is killing men in this game, so there's gonna be a lot of guys, I guess, are gonna file complaints. So get ready for that.
Yeah, she I got it today. That you kill plenty of guys, so there'll be a lot of them going.
Killing more men than women. I hate the game. It gets a 4 out of 10. I'm like this. You get no pussy. Move on.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get on to another topic here. All right, so this is a major one. I already know Luke is gonna have a field day with this one tomorrow. So I'm just gonna enjoy the fireworks there. But
Bang.
let's go and get my impression or our impression. Sorry, of this one. So, Nintendo Switch requires weekly online check-ins to play NES games.
Come again?
Nintendo Switch will require weekly online check-ins to play NES games.
So
Sounds like
Nintendo, you
Nintendo.
can.
And here's the sad part. Your cloud saves will be deleted if your subscription expires.
Sounds like
Nintendo. Nintendo, I'm sorry to say this, and I'm gonna say that quite frankly, and I hope we don't get flagged on this channel. But Nintendo, you can find the nearest corner, right? You can
Don't
shine
go
the
there.
brightest.
Don't go there.
Don't do
You
it.
can find
Don't
the
do it.
brightest light pole, and you know the rest.
Well, I love it. I love what I said on Twitter today. It was like, thank you for your subscription, but your cloud save is in another cast.
Yeah, it's gone.
Bro,
the
they're
only
gonna
good
charge
thing?
you for a service.
Shout out to
Yo,
Grind
the
My
only good
The
thing.
cloud save. That's the thing. Because you know there's
The only saving grace about this whole Nintendo deal is the price. God forbid you have to pay the same as the other consoles.
Oh
Right.
my god!
With this level
Woo.
of incompetence, imagine it was priced at like $40-$50 a year.
Exactly. And the
Hey,
network's
hey.
not going to be on par with at least the base PS3's PSN infrastructure. Not for no $20 a year. Not for that.
Well, at least they're not charging you to play Fortnite like one other console manufacturer is. So well done, Nintendo. Well done, Nintendo. Round of applause for Nintendo.
Bravo.
You don't need to pay them to play Fortnite. You see, you don't need the service for Fortnite. You see.
Oh Lord.
But the funny part about this situation, right,
Yeah.
is how, aside from what they're doing with this little ensemble with the whole internet service, right,
Mm-hmm.
they actually are including a pair of NES Classic controllers, right, charging you $60 for those, right?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But you have to be a Nintendo. You have to have an active Nintendo online account in order to purchase those controllers and for them to be able to send them to you so that you can play with them.
Right.
Play
I
the
kind of
NES
agree
Classic
with
game.
it. I kind of agree with it, because all it's bloody well good for is people who are playing those NES games online anyway. Nobody else wants it. And Nintendo knows that. So why make too many of them where you're not going to sell them? You might as well make them exclusive to those who you know are going to use them, because you'd have to be a complete muppet to pay $60 for NES controllers and you don't care about NES games.
Some people collect that shit though, Foxy. A lot of people collect that shit.
But you can buy there's these 8-bit do ones I've seen on Amazon,
Yeah.
where they're
$30.
exactly the same. They're like much
I mean,
cheaper.
you got a lot
exactly
of
the
stuff,
same.
weird stuff coming your way though that I'm pretty sure you didn't even hear about, Foxy. Shout out to Overdone for the super chat. He said Nintendo won't support cloud saves for Splatoon 2.
Oh,
That's
But
a low blow.
people, you know what? This is kind of a waste of a topic, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't talk about it. I'm saying that we know Nintendo is as stubborn as a mule. What's the point? We know they're so backwards, Nintendo. What's the point? We know what we're dealing with here. We knew before they even announced anything that it was going to be subpar compared to the other services.
Yeah. Somebody, no, well, I was about to hint at, because I know you know the Labo, right? You already talked about we talked about the Labo numerous times, but they got a new kit coming, and it involves a broomstick.
Oh God.
well, you know what they can do with that broomstick.
And I know, I had to throw that at Foxy because I don't think Foxy saw it, but it was hilarious. My dude was on a broomstick. It was like,
Yeah, but I'm gonna actually jump off here. I'm gonna jump on real fast with Titanfall Princess.
She's live.
Yeah. But I'm gonna try to jump back on. And but
you
yeah,
hot footing. You hot footing.
huh?
You hot footing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm playing. I'm tag teaming. So yeah, I'm gonna jump on.
Shout out to Titanfall. Too.
Yeah, shout out to the homie.
Yeah, she's over there going through it. She get on that work. That smoke is
Good
everybody.
luck, bro. Good luck, man.
Yeah, go with that. You got a lot to talk on that one.
Yeah, I appreciate it though for having me on. And yeah, I'll try to jump back on because I don't know how much longer she'll be on.
You whore.
Yeah.
So, would y'all say this is like a major thing, Foxy? Would you say it's a major, big deal? This whole cloud save? No.
What we talking about, Labo?
No, I'm talking about the for you to be like you have to have fucking log in weekly.
Do you know what?
You get the check in.
I think Nintendo could have been a bit smarter with this. I mean, or more fair rather. I mean, look, if you let your monthly subscription lapse, right, or whatever, if you let any of the subscriptions lapse, whichever time duration you took, I think they should give you at least 90 days before they erase your data. I think for it to erase them almost with immediate effect is terrible. Like,
Yeah.
why can't they store it for 90 days? Like, you may have financial difficulties that, you know, some things have to be cut back on, and that's one of them. Like, why should you lose all your saves? I know they're saved locally, but still, like, why not just keep it for 90 days?
Yeah, they should. You would think they would pull like Adobe Premiere type of thing. Now, after you play it, you get 30 days free after you've been a subscriber to it. Do something like that.
They're giving you 1 week.
Yeah.
Nintendo giving you it free for damn nearly 18 months. Now they're giving you 1 week. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know whether to be happy or insulted, because they've given it to us free all this time, and then when they come to charging you, all they give you is 7 days. Like, not even 14 days, 7 days, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit more context to what I was talking about, Foxy. I have it on screen.
It's like, make up your mind quick or fuck off. That's what Nintendo's telling you. Right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you want to become Harry Potter, people, just buy a boomstick.
Well, he's not playing Harry Potter though. He's on a ship. He's playing a ship game.
Oh God.
But you know, the good thing is it's all a choice, isn't it? Like, for me, it won't affect me because I don't give a damn about NES games, and I don't give a damn about playing with anyone online. So, hey, I'm cool with my Switch. I won't, you know, none of what they announced with the online side of things has disappointed me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I won't be paying for it anyway. I don't care about NES games.
Unbelievable. Okay, definitely. All right. Anybody else got anything you want to add about that whole check-ins?
Now let's broom on by. Let's broom on by to the next time.
What do you mean check-in? Hold on, wait. What is this check-in thing?
You have the weekly online check-ins to play the NES games. So like DRM for the Xbox, where it requires you to check in to play, it's that for the NES games.
It don't matter. Those games aren't yours anyway. It don't matter. If you paid for them and you still had to do a check-in, I'd understand, but they're not yours anyway. They're on loan anyway, so who cares if it's a 1 week check-in? It could be every day for all I care. You don't own the game anyway.
It's every week though. Every week.
Yeah, but you don't own the game, so I don't know where the complaint can be. You will never own those games.
Okay, I see where you're coming from. So
because they're not yours.
It's fine because you don't own the license, basically.
No, you don't get to keep them. After your subscription ends, the games are gone. So, like, even if you have to check in once a week, what does it matter? Like, I don't see the outrage because they're not yours anyway. If it was like, you know, like Xbox,
Sony followed suit, basically what PS.
No. I'm gonna qualify it. You know, like when Xbox said you had to do a 24-hour check-in,
right?
Even if you bought the games, and owned them, that's something else. That's taking.
That's a crutch. Yeah,
because you've actually paid for the shit and you have the right to own that shit that you paid for. But with these NES games, you can't own them. They're never going to be yours to keep anyway. So if you have to sign in once a week, who cares? You need to be online to play them anyway. You need to have an online account to play them anyway.
Yeah,
don't you? Like, they're not accessible. Like, if you don't have a Nintendo account and you're not paying for the service.
Okay. All right. Did you?
That's just my view.
Did y'all see the Nintendo Direct?
No.
Yeah, I watched it. Man.
You watched it?
I watched it. Yeah.
How was it? Because everybody kept telling me it was terrible. I was streaming Resident Evil
to be honest with you, there was only a couple of things I liked. I like the Capcom fighting classics. Yeah, I like that. All right. I don't care about Animal Crossing. I just don't care about that shit. Honestly, I don't care. That's no big deal to me.
Animal Crossing.
Like I could sleep through that whole reveal. That's nothing to me. I can snore loud during that. There were other things that I don't care about. Cities, skylines, or whatever they call that slow, fucking terrible frames per second game on the. You can see it's gonna lag terribly. You can see they couldn't even show you the best parts of it in the trailer. Like, they're actually being honest with you. Look at this shit that we're gonna give you. Look at this terrible frame rate. Like, most companies who had the shame to show you the bits that run well, so it looks smooth, but not Nintendo. Nintendo shows you it lagging as fuck. Do you know what I'm saying? So at least you got a
Hey,
warning before you pay
He
for
made
it.
history because Adam Wilson tweeted at you, bro. He tweeted at you.
Who?
Adam Wilson. That's my homie right there. He's our jokester. He's for everybody, but
yeah,
it's for you. Consider this an honor. Consider this an honor that he did. This is for you.
Tweet it to me.
Yeah, this is referring to you basically.
Uh-oh.
When you fail to check in or renew your Nintendo subscription, this is what happens.
Wow. Oh, no.
It's on the screen.
Oh no.
You get
Oh,
the Thanos effect.
Oh Lord. He said,
Oh no.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, but I like Luigi's Mansion. Looks good. That'll be nice to come out like Halloween 2019. That'll be cool.
Okay.
They should really keep that for Halloween. That'll be a nice Halloween game, you know, for us grown kids. You know what I'm saying?
We're all kids at heart.
I'd say I'm a grown kid because I do like some of my games to have a childish quality to it. Because video gaming is escapism. I don't want everything to be ultra realistic and grey. Come on now.
Right.
You know, I do like color. I like Mario Kart because it's colorful and fun. That's the kid in me. You know, but there was quite a few things I enjoyed about the Direct. But to be honest with you, I hear a lot of these Nintendo channels, and I'm not gonna name and shame. I don't do that anymore. You know, but a lot of these Nintendo channels are trying to proclaim it as the best Direct ever. Like, oh, get off Nintendo's dick, please.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be a shill, but at least disguise your shillness.
Right.
Like, they're so bold of it. It's like this Trump era, like everyone's emboldened to be racist now. The same thing with these shills. They're so emboldened now. They're just out of the closet with their shilling. It's like, come on now. How can it be the best Nintendo Direct of all time? What did they show you?
They do this all the time. That's their buzzword though, because remember they said that with regarding what was it, Zelda Breath of the Wild, before we actually got the reveal. Actually, it was during the reveal. They said they were only going to show off one game, and that was Zelda. Remember, and they dedicated the whole E3 to that one game.
Yeah.
Basically, they do that every time. That's their buzzword. This is the greatest E3 of all time, and whatever.
No, but this is what I don't like here. Like, I feel like you are just white knighting for no. Like, come on, man. That's. How do you expect Nintendo to get with the times when you just give them a pass on everything?
Yeah.
You know why they give them a pass, Foxy? Because they have no other means to play anything different. They're just like the same dudes that are playing on Xbox. They want the same recycled, rehashed games every single gen.
My thing is this though: if you played Mario for the past 20 years, and you're saying you're great with that, right? You keep saying Mario is innovative, Mario doesn't change, or Mario changes X amount of things. Then I think it's safe to say that you should not be talking about people like Sony or Microsoft, you know, coming out with like Uncharted and Gears, because Mario does
or Spider-Man,
exactly.
not reinventing open worlds. Like, it's not Insomniac's job to reinvent the open world genre. They're there to perfect it or make it much more palatable. Like, it's hard to, you know, everyone's got all the ideas in the world in the fucking comment section, but when it comes to making a game, they don't know jack shit.
And
suddenly they got no idea. You know, like game shows, like everyone's got the answer until you're on the game show, until the pressure's on you. Now you can't remember the answer, you motherfucker. Now you ain't gonna win the million, you motherfucker. Now you're going home with a pen, motherfucker, a pen.
Most of them don't even know how to even implement simple polygon artifacts into a computer program.
Exactly.
Like, it takes a little bit of skill and time to actually learn how to take these images, these shapes, and turn it.
How long you been gaming, bro?
Bro, I've been gaming since I was 6 years
old. Give me years. Give me the amount of years.
I'll say about 29.
Anyone here been gaming longer than that?
No.
Okay, so So you're the granddad. I'm the granddad, and you're the granddad. But here's what, Carlos. The reason why I'm saying this, right? Think back over the 29 years you've been playing video games.
Yeah.
Every genre has clones. Pac-Man, Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man. I mean, Space Invaders had a Galaxians. They're all fucking clones. Double Dragon, Final Fight, Street Fighter, fucking. There's been a million Street Fighter clones. There's so many. I'm confused to name them all. Like, every game is a clone of another game. Whatever is successful, someone else will try and make it better or
Yeah.
worse.
Yep.
That's true. That is true.
So you can't pick on Spider-Man. This is why I had to make the video, because I objected to some of these publications and these so-called experts on game journalism calling out Spider-Man for being the same old 10-year mechanic when you got Cuphead, which is a bullet hell shooter, which I played in the 80s with platforming mechanics, which again I played in the 80s. I mean, we're talking like a mechanic that's over 30 years fucking old.
Foxy.
Shout to
You
John.
remember Metal Slug, man? Metal Slug was one of those.
Exactly, that's a platform bullet hell game. What's the difference between that and Cuphead, apart from the aesthetics?
Yeah,
Nothing else is the same. It's the same thing. You're on a fixed screen and you got to jump up and down and shoot and press one button.
So why do people want to say, "Oh, Spider-Man is just lame because it hasn't"? It's not. It's the same old thing. Like it's got to be because of jealousy. It's got to be envy. Like it's got to be envy. It's got to be. That's why I put on my on the thumbnail of the last video. I've got like Spider-Man. The criticism is out of control because that is a pathetic excuse to knock a game.
Right.
That it's not reinventing the open world genre. Like, how can it? That is incredibly hard to do.
Exactly. In order for that to happen, you have to have like a legit engine dedicated for that specific function, and that's not like nobody's doing that.
And it's not. We're not up to that type of level.
And we're gonna have the same conversation with Days Gone.
Yeah. Why isn't Forza Horizon? How come Forza Horizon 4 hasn't reinvented the wheel? Pardon the pun. I mean, Burnout was doing that ages ago.
Facts.
Hey,
why aren't people saying that's? Why aren't people saying that's like 10, 20-year-old game mechanics? Why are people not calling out Devil May Cry? Like Power Stone is the original Devil May Cry in a way. Like you're fighting mid-air combat, you're doing combos.
That looks sweet, that game.
Yeah. Man.
Power Stone is the original Smash Brothers. Why are these games not being called out? Why is it just Spider-Man? This is what I don't understand. Like, we've got to get off this partisan bullshit, political nonsense. Gaming's supposed to be fun, but people want to take it on a political thing, like, oh, because it's not on the system that I don't own, or I prefer this controller. This game needs to be here.
Yeah,
come on, man. Get lost in
time machine so I can go back in time so I can play fucking Marvel vs. SNK 2 back when everybody was on fucking these consoles and just having fun. That's what I want. I want to go back to those glory days because that was the shit.
That's when it was good.
Like, people don't do that no more. And as much as I want a sequel to that, I mean, shit, with this online community and everything of that nature, I can already see the sequel probably getting fucked up because, people don't play the game.
Same people praising Sea of Thieves and State of Decay 2. And to some extent, I enjoyed parts of State of Decay 2, but it got old very quickly. Yeah. I will say that. It's nice for maybe 10 hours, and then I got bored because it's the same thing. You're doing the same thing over and over and over again until you
Chris, what you know about Bloody Roar? That's another one, bro. That's another iconic one right there. Bloody Roar.
Bloody Roar, I know about that. You turn into the animals.
Yeah. Why isn't Microsoft or Sony or hell, even Nintendo decided to buy that IP or bring that shit back?
I mean, look at Resident Evil. That copied. Resident Evil copied Alone in the Dark.
Facts.
Yeah.
Everything's a fucking clone. Get over it. Your mama's a clone. I bet even your real mama.
Oh, so your mom's a clone. Okay. That's funny. We go down here. All right. So, anything else you guys want to add on?
Not really, but I'm interested in the Xbox Scarlet Secret Source. I want to know what that's about.
Oh yeah,
we'll definitely get into that. Trust me. Let's go down.
I feel like I've been living in a cave for the last week because some of the stuff we coming out with in this podcast I didn't even know about.
Yeah, I had to go back to because we were actually going to talk about some of this last week, but I was like, I gave everybody pretty much a week off. I was like, you know what? Nah, Spider-Man's out. Let's just enjoy Spider-Man, and then we'll be back. So anyway, let's move on. The next one. So this is more of a question for the panel. Should we take Microsoft seriously with all these controllers?
I wouldn't take it seriously, no.
I take them very seriously because they're actually releasing them. So yeah.
I don't have games.
They're not just threatening to release controllers; they are releasing multiple controllers. Like, you take them seriously.
Oh God.
I mean, what is
All
there a
right.
new controller that's been announced? I don't know. You know what? I've been really busy
Yeah,
the
you
last.
was. There was one you didn't talk about in your video, which makes you toxic. You didn't talk about the new Black Phantom one.
What is that? Is this real or a joke?
No, it's a real Xbox controller. It came out with the Phantom Black Xbox controller. It's Phantom.
And it's called the Black Phantom.
It's got Phantom something. It's got like writing on the front of it.
Sounds like an expensive car.
Yeah. But hey, there you go. You know what's sad about these controllers? I got like on one hand, you got people making video responses to Microsoft on Twitter, right? They're going, listen, I want games. I'm sick and tired of these controllers. One dude actually did that, and I actually had to retweet. I was like, bruh, thank you for saying this. And you got others saying, wow, that matches my drapes. Wow, I like that controller. That's my new favorite color. I like, come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all tripping with
Ryan,
this.
if Microsoft keep releasing controllers at this rate, soon there's going to be 4 controllers to every one game they release.
Yeah.
That's already going to be the mentality. Or hell, it's going to be like right now. The mentality is every 8 controller you get a game.
I heard they got a sticky proof controller for people who missed
No, they got a grease. It's called grease proof. Like literally, you can eat food in game at the same time, and grease won't go in your controller.
Is that for people who masturbate too much?
They're greasy motherfuckers, so they need it.
It's for slobs, man. It's for those dudes like Fat Bastard from the
Yeah.
Austin Powers. He's like, sexy man, sexy man. Come on, sexy man.
That's for dudes who sit in a room playing games naked.
Like, yo, I thought they were joking, but literally they had like chicken wings, and this damn controller was sitting on the chicken wings. They said grease.
Oh man, I
like,
saw
bro,
that. That was
stop.
funny, boy.
Stop.
It wasn't even
That'd
KFC,
be
was it? It was
crying.
some basic chicken. It wasn't even KFC.
Yeah, stupid, man.
So messed up.
They're killing me with these controllers.
What's the point though? Who's ever had that problem? Oh, you know what? I wish someone would make a chicken grease proof controller. I really need one of those in my life.
Just go down. Just wash your hands. Why is it so hard for that? Like I lost count how many people I kicked out of my house doing some nasty shit like that. Yo, dude, like, look, I had some little seeds, like little cheesy bread. I meet my cheesy bread and shit like that. He's like, hey, can I get a piece? Like, yeah, sure. He took a piece and literally started touching my jaw. Like, bro, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
What's next? What's next? What is next? A shit stain proof controller in case you forget to wash your hands when you use the toilet?
Facts.
What's next?
You know what? You probably buy it. You'd be an advocate for it, though.
You know, who's over there at Microsoft thinking, oh man, what can we, what do they need in their life?
They need tear-proof controllers. They need tear-proof ones.
Do you know people that pick their nose and get bogey caught up in their fingers? We need to find a way to stop that transferring onto the controller. Let's have a bogey-proof controller. How about that?
That's minging.
Come on, man. Who's thinking of this shit, man? Make games, motherfucker. It's simple. Make fucking games.
Facts. Like, why do we have to get controllers? Oh, and you know what's crazy too? I know you saw this too. Yeah, I saw that Tomb Raider edition Xbox they came out with, but it was like in very, very limited supply.
Yeah.
Why aren't you putting more references resources into that instead of these controllers? That could have been something that could have helped your version of the console or of the game.
They know people will buy it. You know what it is? Microsoft obviously making them because they're selling.
People wanted it, but they were like, "Duh, there's like I can't get it because it's in limited supply." People wanted it.
They're selling. You know what? They must be selling, or why are they making them?
Oh, they sell. Yeah,
this must be making up their money for for the lack of games sales that that Microsoft have.
Yeah,
like this must be really making up the revenue for the lack of money they're making on games or losing on games. Because can't think of any other reason why you'd wanna saturate your market with controllers. Like, who's made this many controllers?
Yeah,
ever in the history of in gaming? Even the PC doesn't come out of controllers or any type of controller at this rate. No, come on now,
yo, dog. I swear to God, Foxy, I'm willing to make a bet with you right now. If the next Xbox comes out, right, and those controllers use batteries, they ain't learned nothing.
No, but in a way, do you know what? I used to not like Microsoft's idea of making you buy batteries or a battery pack. But when you think about it, right, it's not such a bad idea, because when your PlayStation 4 controller's dying, that's it. It's dead. Fuck it. You got to throw it away. At least with the Xbox,
you charge it up. You have it charged in. You play and charge same time.
Nah. But you lose the ability to play without it being connected to the console. Then, isn't it? I'm talking about hands-free gaming without the wire attached, right? At least with the Microsoft one, like you can on Amazon, like I've got an Xbox One controller right here. And I
Yeah.
just picked up one of these Venom. I shouldn't even say the name, but I picked up one of these rechargeable things. They actually give you two leads, and it lasts for like 2 days a piece. So it's like 4 days together.
Right.
Like, and it only cost me like £6.99.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And this controller is gonna work forever now. At least, but with the Sony ones, unfortunately, and with the Nintendo Pro controller, like when they're gone, they're gone.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? They're no
Yeah.
use to you when the battery is totally dead.
I'm sorry, but you know, I'm the type that I always look for solutions to problems. And what I do, especially with the Sony controllers, especially with the battery situation, I actually go on Amazon and actually buy the battery packs.
I know, I've seen them. I know what you're talking, but you have to get a little screwdriver and do it all yourself, though, innit? A lot of people, me and you would do that because we're like the hardcore, but casuals don't want to do that shit.
Yeah.
They don't even want to change a hard drive on a fucking PS4. And that's easy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Done that a few times.
That requires like the least amount of fucking like.
Yeah, they'd
effort
rather
whatsoever.
delete
All you gotta do is
games.
pull off the side, unscrew the screw, bam, it's out.
They'd rather delete games and play like 4 games at a time on their hard drive, like, you know, than say, you know what, I wish I had a selection of all my games.
Oh Lord, isn't that crazy? Oh man.
So what's up with the Scarlet sauce, man? What's going on with this? What is there something I don't know about?
Are we there yet? Hold on. I'll skip to that one. Why not? I'll skip to that one and say those. All right, so let me find that. Okay. So AMD. Yes, AMD. You already know I'm about to go with this because now people are clinging on to AMD.
Yeah,
AMD CEO talks next Xbox secret sauce and cloud computing. Now, let's go down to the bottom here. Okay. What did he say? He said reports suggest a hyper-nice solution is underway for xCloud, merging both local and cloud-based processing, while latency sensitive aspects would be processed locally, and infrastructure of stripped-down custom consoles would handle graphics-intensive outputs if the next major Xbox consoles debut in tandem with xCloud. We can expect a heightened collaboration between the companies to build this backbone. So basically, they're talking about cloud computing as the secret sauce.
That ain't no secret sauce,
This
man.
damn Xbox.
That ain't
And
no
people
secret
are
sauce.
clinging on to this, though. That's separate. People are clinging on to this whole situation. Now, how many times have we heard this cloud talk? We still have not seen this cloud talk with Crackdown.
You know what? Crackdown's gonna do terribly. You know what? They're gonna say it's successful because of Game Pass, but in terms of real box sales, it's gonna do terribly.
It's gonna, bro. Did you, man? Well, let's get into this first because that's the next topic. What y'all think about this?
Well, I think it's a load of PR codswallop,
Same here.
poppycock. Because any device can be fucking secret sourced if you plug the fucking internet
Yeah,
into
we
it.
saw it early, did we not, Foxy? With the that prototype they were working with for the PS4 Pro, like it had a better
Fuck me,
CPU.
look, even the Switch is playing like Resident Evil
We saw
7
prototypes.
and playing the latest Assassin's Creed via fucking cloud. Anything can do it.
Yeah, you get secret sauce and hamburgers.
Yeah, exactly. Even your cell phone, if they want to make you
Hold
play
the pickles, hold the mayo.
you can play PC quality games on your cell phone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Facts.
Right. So I don't know how that secret source. That's just servers doing all the work.
Seems like a fucking way of just keeping hope alive, basically, for the new one. It's like, dog, you said this at the start of this gen. Now you're just reiterating what you're doing now.
Yeah.
I don't believe in secret sauce.
Yeah.
I believe in it. I believe in mustard.
Mustard. Oh god.
Honey
mustard.
Honey mustard. Honey mustard.
Y'all put honey mustard on burgers? Ew.
Bro.
I believe in mustard. Do you know why?
Dijon
Because
mustard's
it's real.
good, huh?
You put mustard down your
Honey
throat
mustard
too quick. You know that shit's real. That ain't no secret.
And it has a nice bite to it. That's when you know.
That'll make your nose. That'll make your
Even the
nose.
horseradish.
Hell no. He said like he had a burger to say like it has a nice bite.
You know, in the UK there are guns, right? There are guns.
Yeah. This
in
is
the
why I
UK that
didn't
fire
report on
mustard
this whole
seeds.
situation, nor did I do a video on it because of shit like this right here. Okay. Now, again, everybody knows Microsoft is quick to tell their fans what they do not want or do not need. Well, check this out. Microsoft, we didn't need to release Crackdown 3 during the 2018 holiday season. Now, when last time I checked, what came out for the Xbox during 2018?
I don't know
Trying
what's
to-
coming.
What came out for the Xbox?
State of Decay, didn't State of Decay 2 come out this year?
Yeah.
That's it?
Oh no! Forza
Is that it?
Horizon. We were forgetting Forza Horizon.
So
4.
yeah,
And
Forza
another
Horizon
game.
and State
No,
of
they
Decay.
dropped quite a few games, you know. They dropped Sea of Thieves and State of Decay, didn't they?
I thought they came out
but
20. I thought CDs came out 2017.
Was
no,
it?
Sea of Thieves came
No,
out.
it came out this
It
year.
got delayed. It
Came
got
out-
delayed until 2018,
Oh, okay,
didn't it?
okay. Well, still, that's
So
still a
they've
mediocre lineup.
They've released free air quote exclusives
Mhm.
this year.
Right.
That's looking very slim right now.
But that's very slim. Is that? Do you think that was enough to justify them not bringing out Crackdown 3 in 2018?
No, that does not
But they don't need
justify
it though. But they don't need it because you know all the best games are on Xbox. Why would they need it?
And pigs will fly.
You know that though. You know I know. Listen. I'm not stupid. Aaron Greenberg told me that Xbox has the best games this year, so I believe him. So why do they need it? You know, I'm gonna sell my PS4 Pro because Aaron Greenberg said so.
Well, since you've taken Aaron Greenberg's word to heart, let me bring that. Let me bring that up. No, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this.
Dude, he's a Viking, man. He's from Scandinavia.
Oh, you're gonna love. Oh, you're gonna follow this then. This is according to Aaron Greenberg. Sony isn't listening to gamers on crossplay. He said, and I quote, hold on, where was it at? All games should be crossplay and cross progression.
Who said that?
Mike Ybarra.
Yeah, but can you blame him though, man? He's the competition. Can you blame him?
No, I can't blame this dude.
What have they got? That's all they got is the barrier.
All they got.
They got a barrier of gamers. Microsoft know there's this huge barrier called community, and because PS4 has the biggest community, a lot of people buy their games based on the community and where their friends are playing. If Microsoft can remove that, I've been saying this for like well over a year now in my own podcast. If Microsoft can remove that barrier of choice, then you know Sony's gonna lose out on sale. They will, because some people really don't care about Sony's exclusives. You know, there are people out there that just don't care. They're more about multi-plats.
Yeah, it's funny to me. What was that? But he literally just clings on the crossplay every 5 minutes.
I know it's also his job. You know what? I'm very like I'm a bit hard on Aaron Greenberg. But you know, when it boils down to it, he is a bit of a buffoon, yeah. But it's his job.
You saw his Twitter pics, didn't you? X gonna give it to you, him doing that stupid X gesture.
But it's his job, though, isn't it? He's the marketing guy. It's his job to like hype up. It's his job to try and sell their vision, and it's a hard sell, but it's his job to do it.
Yeah.
Hey, Foxy, but how did that X gonna give it to you song go once again? First we're gonna drop, then we're gonna roll, then we're gonna flop. And you know.
And look what happened. Lord. I'm not being funny, but look what happened to X in the end. So,
yeah, it's a flop.
Yeah.
Like they're not even comparing dog. They're treating it like it's separate sales. They're not even totaling all sales right now. They're talking about X like it's a separate console. It's like, dog, what are you doing? It's ridiculous. And it's not helping anybody in the long run. It's not helping sales whatsoever.
But the encouraging news for the future for all Xbox fans out there is right now.
Yeah.
Encouraging thing is they can't do worse next gen than they've done this gen. So it can only get better from here.
Yeah.
They gonna have to get better.
It can't get worse than this gen for them. It can't. This has got to be the worst Xbox generation out of all of them.
Yep. Definitely.
Honestly, even the OG Xbox did better.
Nah, the OG Xbox had bangers, man. The OG Xbox had bangers. The Xbox 360 had bangers.
Yeah.
This generation is more like shovelware and peripheral heaven for bro. Like I
I remember
can't count
360 first came
the
out,
number.
like seeing them damn things on display at GameStop. Yeah, I remember they had King Kong and shit like that
Yeah,
playing on the demos. I mean, come on.
yeah.
They
Aaron
had a lot
Greenberg
going
thinks
for
he's
them.
smart as well because he said in an interview the other day, he said, "Oh, we've always led in power with our consoles, with the original Xbox, the Xbox 360, and the Xbox One X, conveniently leaving out the Xbox One and the Xbox One S."
Exactly. Exactly.
We
I
can
thought he
have
said
most
no one
power
is
in
getting
the
left behind,
hub.
but it seems like everything they're doing, every step they're taking is to literally leaving everybody behind.
Yeah, but Forza Horizon 4 is getting a lot of. I'm hearing good things about the game, man.
Yeah.
I'm hearing good things like the 60 frame per second mode, 1080p on the Xbox One X, the
Mhm.
4K mode. Like, I'm hearing good things about it though. Like, a lot of people who downloaded the demo seem to enjoy it. Even the people who aren't really Xbox fans, like they just own an Xbox, they enjoy it too.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
actually
I mean,
not a bad.
I can try the
not a
game
bad
out. It's
game.
on Game Pass, right? It'll be on Game Pass day one, so I could
To be
try to
honest
get
with
it on
you,
the rig.
I've got the demo. I've got an Xbox, but my Xbox is more for watching,
Movies.
media stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I watched a lot of YouTube and Netflix and Cody, and it's everything but video gaming. To be honest,
Mine's is gathering dust.
I'm not saying that. I'm not
That's
trying to
so
ruffle
mine.
feathers here. I'm telling you how I use my Xbox. That's how I use it. It's on 24 hours a day. If you're on my friends list, you'll see that my Xbox is rarely off because it's the reason why it's rarely off is because it's being used as a conduit for my cable.
Wow.
Yeah.
I watch
All
my
right.
cable through it.
I'm gonna end this one with the funniest news article that I got in a long time. Now I did a video involving EA and they're under investigation, criminal investigation over the whole loot boxes, basically in Belgium. Well, 2K is also getting hit with something. Now they're not under criminal investigation or anything, right? But this is what they said. All right, so and they want you to fight for loot boxes, ladies and gentlemen.
Nah, don't
I
care
don't
about
think they understand the gravity, how stupid they sound. But they say if you want 2K Belgium microtransactions, you have to fight for them.
Because he knows people are stupid as fuck.
You have to
That's
fight
why.
the government to want those things. I was like, who will want to fight to pay more for a game?
Bro, there's millions of them out there.
So you're
Millions.
saying many of these people who like admit their trash at the game, they'll pay just to fucking have the
because
really?
because
Oh,
because
God.
Yeah.
you know what, you got people fighting for their own enslavement in the real world. So I wouldn't surprise me if people were fighting to be ripped off as well.
Oh yeah, there's
man.
plenty of those, man. Look at the Xbox, man. They get ripped off every gen. Well,
Yeah.
as of this gen, they got ripped off with greaseless controllers, Sea of Thieves theme controllers,
Yeah.
Wakanda style controllers.
Yo, that's funny too, though, because
Skyscraper
that
controller.
actually that rumor that went around. Remember how they said that Black Panther could get its own game? I was thinking in the back of my head, yo, could Microsoft possibly have bought a deal to
If
get
they
Black
could have,
Panther?
if they could have pulled that off, man, that would have
Oh,
been.
that would have been lit, wouldn't it have been? That would have made sense to
Yeah.
the console. That would have been lit.
Now I think all you're getting from Microsoft is, hey, Sony's making this awesome Spider-Man game, but here, look, we've got some stickers on our Xbox. It's called Black Panther. Enjoy.
Yeah, he said, "Do y'all think Microsoft will ever show their numbers?" No, you're not getting
No.
the numbers.
Bro, it's
When
so
they start
bad.
winning.
They're not even
Yeah,
showing
pretty much.
Forza, they're not even showing the Forza Motorsport 7 numbers in actuality. They're just throwing engagement numbers. Like the good old boy
Talking
Crack
to you.
Gamer right now just tweeted 9 million 10 million strong on Forza Horizon 3. Crap, get over yourself. Those are engagement numbers. Those really don't correlate to sale numbers.
Do you know what I found out the other day? I don't know how true this is, but someone told me
Why
that
isn't it just being
Microsoft are actually, the Xbox division are lying to their own shareholders. This is what I've been told. It could be a load of bollocks, but I'm going to tell you what I've been told. I was told that when a game doesn't do well,
if you trying to do it, Foxy, on your channel.
when a game doesn't do well, okay, and they have to answer to shareholders, they palm them off with, oh, but it's a service game, so it makes money over years. It's not an instant money maker, knowing full well the game was initially meant to make a bunch of money in its first month. But when that doesn't happen, palm off the investors by saying, but it's a service game, so it's going to be around for the next 3 or 4 years, so it will make the money back to make them feel more confident. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true it is, but that's what I heard.
I mean, it
I would
could
not
be,
be surprised.
it could be something, you know, because you gotta understand these guys, they gotta make a profit at the end of the day in order to pay back whatever whatever money that was loaned to them in order for production. So these investors are just gonna be looking at the engagement numbers and saying, okay, you guys are doing good, so keep up the good work, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's the sad reality of that type of business practice
Right.
that people underhandedly do in the corporate business. But you know what? We're just probably talking mumbo jumbo to other people, especially these Xbots, because I know they're gonna be like, "Oh, these guys are talking crap." No, you gotta underhand. You gotta underhand the person before you show your true cards. You gotta underhand them in order for you to throw that royal flush. And how do you throw your royal flush? Well, I'll throw this first, and then I'll throw this later. So right now, for all we could know, whatever speculated numbers that are as far as sales goes for the Xbox One, they could probably even be less than 39 million. Who knows?
Yeah.
That's where the sad reality is at.
Facts. You know, I
do you
was
think-
gonna throw this in here, but I was like, nah, screw it. But y'all know that Remedy's doing a TV show for I think Alan Wake.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on Twitter. They doing a TV show for it now. My thing is this though. Now obviously Microsoft doesn't own Remedy, right? But Remedy wanted to do Alan Wake, another Alan Wake sequel for Microsoft, but they turned it down, saying they didn't want it.
Now it'd be
So,
funny. It'll
I
be
don't
funny if it'll be funny if Sony comes to Remedy and asks them to do a Alan Wake kind of style game, and it actually does well on that platform. That'll be so funny.
Yeah. Oh man, it's like they're just getting their wishes. Remember that they wanted everything to be a service. They wanted everything to be a TV show.
Do you know what's funny though? Sony are said to be really hands off when it comes to their partners and their first party studios. They just let them make great games, right?
Exactly.
So how is it that most of the games, if like 90% of the games that come out of Sony studios are all good and classy, with no input from, well, when I say input, with no like interference from Sony, but when Microsoft interfere with all of their studios, the games aren't prolific. See the difference? If you just let them get on with it and do their job, maybe something great will come
Let
out.
these people build your future. Let them improve and invest and do these things. But unfortunately, they just won't allow it. They just sit there and like tie their hands with stupid restrictions.
You can't tell an artist how to paint.
Oh no.
That's their skill. They paint the way they paint.
Right. Shout out to Jemiah Dixon, Super Chat. He said that I believe Ubisoft's Xbox numbers were real. Now, last time I checked, those numbers was it like 30 million, something like that for Xbox? And
I
like,
think they said it was like 29.5.
No, that wasn't Ubisoft's numbers. That was EA. That.
EA said 39.4, I believe.
Yeah, that was EA.
Oh, okay.
They sold 29 million consoles or something.
39.4, something like that. Close to 40 million. If EA is throwing those numbers out there, then
no, it wasn't 40 million. What I saw was for 2017's whole year. By the end of fiscal 2017, which is March 2018, they had sold 29 million consoles, under 30.
Wow. If that's the case, Foxy, can
no, it was the case. I reported on it. It was all over the media. It was everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
If that's the case, then these guys can no longer talk about sales. These guys can no longer talk about quality. These guys can no longer put up the good fight any more longer than what it is. Because right now, these guys are getting hammered with just facts. These guys are just getting hammered with just everything that is included, with everything that they have thrown in the past couple of years at fans of gaming. They have been racist about it. They have been, ignorant about it. They have been so many different things, even on social media. They have been so many different things that up to this point, why are you even still trying to fight the good fight when you have already been decimated?
Who are you talking about?
It's hard to talk to a brick wall. So
who are we talking about? Who you talking about, Carlos?
The Xbox.
Oh, those are. Oh man, them people don't mean nothing, man. They're irrelevant, man.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
It's like content.
When did their opinion ever count for anything? Those
Never-
people are irrelevant, man. I don't. You know what? I used to pay so much mind to those people. I just don't even see them on Twitter no more. They're invisible to me because
Yeah.
whatever they got to say is just butthurt foolishness. Like they don't know anything to even be. They're not even qualified to talk. They don't know anything. Everything they get is from someone else.
Mm-hmm. And unreputable sources that don't even. You see, this is why I like giving out good information instead of just underhanded, minded information. Because most of the times when you try to spin something, you get caught in a lie. You get where you're, you get caught with your pants down.
Right.
What else-
People
what
act like they can't be on a winning team for some reason. This isn't sports. You're not tied to any particular sponsor. You can buy a Sony console and enjoy those games if you want to. Like you don't have to stay with your sponsor. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't have to stay with them. No contract to say you have to stick to one console. You can actually have an Xbox and enjoy it. And guess what? You can buy a Sony PS4 and enjoy that too. And the Switch. And a PC. You can just enjoy everything if you want to instead of bitching about it all day.
It's just it's all entitlement, Foxy. People
It is.
especially and I'm sorry to say this about my my fellow Americans, but if it's not an American made product, is not to their standards.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem is at with most of these Xbox guys.
Hey,
Especially-
Carlos, you got a super chat.
But-
bro.
But Carlos,
Thank you.
Carlos,
Yeah.
if it's not an American made product, they got a problem with it. But Xboxes are made in China.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, Foxy, but you know, to these supposed Xbox fans,
They're made in
Since
China.
our
We
company-
got to stop the trade going over to China. We need to keep the trade over.
this is an American-made product. They believe that they have that entitlement of patriotism towards the product, and they use that as the compass of every discussion that they have with everybody in the gaming community. You know what's so funny though? It doesn't really correlate to anything than the fact that you are weak-minded, feeble fools that do not acknowledge the facts. You're weak-minded because you cannot enjoy the illustrious games that are being brought forth to you by these companies, these developers. You guys are so feeble-minded that you're stuck in the past and not looking towards the future.
Carlos, my Latin American friend, they are ripping us off. We are losing on trade tremendously.
Oh
It'll
God.
all be made in China.
Let me
China,
get into
China.
Yeah, crazy. Crazy. We go ahead and get into these super chat. Now, this one was dedicated to Carlos here. What you want to read that one? That's from
Yeah.
Savage Lobo.
Yeah, shout out to Savage Lobo, man. I see you, my brother. Carlos, they have exclusives called Trump. Okay, yes, they do. It's called Trump. It's the Trump effect. They think that they're entitled to everything, man.
Yeah.
That's what I hate about them because
Dixon said that the RTS benchmarks are going to be crazy. Yeah, they are. They got me wanting to get that 2070 Ti. To be honest, they got me wanting.
Yeah, all I gotta say is this, man. That ray tracing technology that
It's
is gonna
amazing.
be implemented. Yo, even Shadow the Tomb Raider looks crazy right now.
It looks gorgeous in that shit. Like, it's crazy.
But I'm gonna wait till the
Jemiah
prices go down.
Yeah, Jemiah Dixon again, $2 super chat. I just want the best game at the best performance. Well, go to PC, big dog. That's going to be the most logical thing for you to do is go to PC.
At this point, if you're really into,
Unless you want to
trying
put a lot of faith into the next Xbox and PSN, PlayStation, I mean, but still,
yeah.
I don't think they're going to do that much. Because one thing that's like history has proven this all the time. Like they've proven this right with this all the time. Every time we go, okay, the new Xbox, the new PS5 or new PlayStation is going to be more powerful, so that's going to be enough. It's going to correct the problems. We always had these developers come out saying, well, that's not enough power to do these things.
they're always going to say that.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan. When I want to play video games, I just go up to him. I can't help it. I grab him by the PC.
Oh my God, Fox.
Oh my God.
Grab him by the PC. I can't help it. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. All those rigs, lots of rigs and racks.
Oh my God, man.
People
But
are crazy.
that's the funny part about being a gamer, man. You just gotta enjoy the comedic side of everything, man.
Yeah, because if you don't laugh, man, you just end up getting a headache, bro.
If you're not laughing at half the drama that's happened on YouTube and Twitter, then you're missing out on some funny thing. That's all. You gotta laugh at it. Me personally, people I had some people come at me, Foxy, literally attack me, like, why aren't you going after these people? Because I'm like, I don't give a shit. For one. Number two, half these dudes destroyed their arguments with videos. It's like, what do I need to say?
They're easy targets. That's why
It's fun. It's like, what do I need to do? I don't need to say anything.
When you meet a lowly educated specimen, it's kind of hard to resist.
Yeah.
Really
I can attest to that. I've been, I'm gonna call myself guilty for doing some Twitter rants in regards to these individuals, especially
low energy. They're all low energy people.
Especially and shout out to my boy, the Best Buy Stalker. I see you, buddy. I see you.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about?
No, man, but I've had a lot of fun, man. It's been fun, man. Seriously.
Yeah,
actually, it didn't even feel like a podcast. It felt like a set. I thought Dave Chappelle was gonna turn up.
Well, like always, man, it's good to be back with the family here. It's been a minute. I know we missed one podcast, but glad we're back again for the people. So hope you guys enjoyed episode 26 of the RGT podcast. We are officially back on track. Hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely hit that like button for all those who enjoyed the podcast. Shout out to everybody who was here. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys enjoyed again. And thank you to the amazing panel that we have here today. Like always, you know what I'm saying? A podcast is nothing without the panelists. So thank you guys. Go right ahead and get these outros out here, and we're going to close the show. Go ahead, Foxy.
Yeah, listen, thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure. Just play games on corporations, man. Look, if you see someone on Twitter, sometimes it's not even worth wasting your intelligence on these people, let alone the finger muscles it takes to type or press those buttons on your phone. Just ignore them, because these people are born Muppets and they're gonna die Muppets.
Facts. Definitely. Let me make him a and go ahead, Ian.
Yeah, this is Ian. Had a good time, and just ignore all that. People are just a bunch of fuck sticks, so just leave them alone.
Damn, everybody's going after them. The neck, okay. Fuck sticks, okay. Carlos.
Hey, man, as per se, as always, gamer by choice, not by trend. Hey, my fellow gamers, just have fun, man. Enjoy Spider-Man. Ignore the fakes. Ignore the hate. Just enjoy yourselves, man. It is what it is. And y'all have yourselves a blessed evening. And to those who are in the in the dire straits in the storm, man, we're here with you. We're hoping for the best for those in North Carolina and everywhere in the East Coast. So
yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Hey.
Absolutely. Everybody be safe. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be easy, man. I'm Ron the Professional. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And hopefully we can bring a little bit of excitement, you know what I'm saying, back in here. I know a lot of people there's been a lot of negativity going around, but that's just this gaming community as a nutshell. But again, we'll see you guys next week, hopefully, and y'all have a blessed one. All right, we out of here.
Holla.
Bye.